It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Checking out Brooklyn, they've talked about the importance of starting fast, playing with energy right off the tip. Let's face it, no team likes to play catch-up if they can avoid it. We'll see how it works for them tonight. Fellas, it is always fun to watch Ben Simmons. The combination of size, speed, ball handling, passing. Shaq, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the East. How it's ended.
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian.
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. Well, we got plenty of youth on both sides. Clark, what's it like to be part of an up-and-coming team in this league?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a mixed bag. I think it's both very exciting and on occasion extremely frustrating because you don't know what you don't know, and the lack of experience sometimes is more prevalent with young teams than more experienced ones. So watching both of these teams develop over time is really going to be fun to see how their journey plays out.
These coaches will need a lot of patience, though, and the veterans on the team, too.
Exactly, both ways. You're right.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Nets. Carroll is the 3 with Hollis Jefferson at the 4. Russell and Crabbe are in the backcourt together. And it's Allen in at the center position. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Well, I tell you what, so hard to guard all that size. I mean, Embiid is an absolute monster, and he knows how to draw fouls, too.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him. The talent, the size. You love his personality as well, but this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
Allen's shot is off.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
They get the rebound. There's the pass to Embiid. And the wide open shot from Redick. Drains it from beyond the arc. Redick's got 6 points.
And Redick drains these shots constantly. I mean, senses and feels the separation and then capitalizes on it.
Outside Carroll. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Philadelphia. Good momentum, 8 straight points. A putback, Crabbe pulls it in. Nets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Covington against Carroll. Allen finds Hollis Jefferson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Make way and wake up. Hollis Jefferson getting it done in traffic.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Simmons on the wing. Shoots a fader. Crabbe pulls it in.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Simmons on the wing. To the middle. Here's Embiid. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Embiid is a very assertive player, a player who fights the defense on these contact finishes and does so with confidence.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
You know, Allen Crabbe is a strong shooter, and it's fair and accurate to call him a 3-and-D type of player. He came into the league known mostly for his defense, but that had fallen off for a spell. Fortunately, he was able to get back on track and be a two-way player of some value.
It's hauled in by the 76ers. Simmons feeling it out a bit, and Redick kicks to Sharch. Feeds to Embiid, and Allen with the block. Inside, and that one is hammered home.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie is very dependable at serving his teammates on the court. Seems like a natural leader.
The 76ers leading by 3. And last season, Crabbe heard the complaints, Clark, about his defense and used it as motivation.
That's the way you have to do it, Kevin. I think constructive criticism is really the last thing you want to hear, but it's really what you need to hear if you're serious about getting better. And to Crabbe's credit, he took that constructive criticism to heart, went to work, and he's gotten better as a defender.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Fultz is checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Davis is checked in for Allen. And it's LeVert in for Crabbe. Yes, that goes in.
And it's always terrific when Covington gets going down in the paint. I mean, this guy can score the ball from anywhere on the floor.
And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Chandler comes in for Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. The Nets also changing it up. Kenneth Faried comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Harris subbed in for Damari Carroll.
A dependable passer. Chandler doesn't just look to score. I mean, he's also good at finding his open teammate.
Here's LeVert. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Passes it to Simmons. Over Davis. No good from Simmons.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
McConnell passes to Chandler. 76ers moving the ball around. Got a piece of it.
Super recognition that time to come up with the block shot, as LeVert was quick to recognize where he was and get off the ground.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Nets.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Pocket 6. McConnell finds Johnson. The 76ers need to get off a shot. No good from Simmons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, the athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable, the talent this man has, and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall, but he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
And you know, the athletic LeVert makes these forays to the goal and does a good job drawing fouls in the process.
This is his first free throw of the game.
It was a little bit of a battle for him all season long. Last year, only shooting about 71%.
Now Simmons out to the right wing. Here's McConnell, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Nets up by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
McConnell and Fultz, the playmaking pair in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Simmons, and it's Chandler in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
Saric has checked in for Ben Simmons. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in.
You know, after being in the cellar for a few years, the Brooklyn Nets have started to turn things around here. I mean, good young core to build around and add to, and I think things are starting to look up in every department.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Russell left side. From outside the arc. Again, Russell missing.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Harris, no good. And Clark, the Nets during this turnaround, they've done a good job of positioning themselves.
Yeah, you can look at a number of things. One, taking on vets with bad contracts to accumulate assets. 2, went from lacking picks in the draft to having a lot of options. Those things, when you combine them, help you speed up the process of getting better.
5-on-3 break. That's a floater go. Fultz, no good. Nets trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And then for Brooklyn, Damari Carroll's checked in for Harris. And it's Alan Crabb in for LeVert. Back to Fultz. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Russell with it. Now guarded by Fultz. Looking to end the run. Launches a 3. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Saric dishes to Embiid. And finally they hit one. Embiid's got 6 points.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Saric, the Croatian forward, came into the NBA fairly polished. Has still improved his game year to year, which is a credit to him and his work ethic. There still are areas that he can work on. But make no mistake about it, this guy has shown from day one that he's an impact player.
Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Fareed.
One of the things you love about Hollis-Jefferson is his activity. I mean, he impacts the game really without having plays called for him.
To the inside, Saric has the open look. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Saric has got 4 points this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
With Saric and how he plays, Clark, he's developing his non-scoring skills as well.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, Kevin, especially for how young he is. And I think he's got a game that's just going to continue to grow and refine with time. He's proved he actually can, on occasion, act as a point forward if you need it.
And Russell gets it to go.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Simmons checked in for Philadelphia. .143 left to play here in the second quarter. They get a hand on it. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. It's good.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Simmons passes to Šarić. Nails the baby hook. Šarić has got 6 points.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
Pass to Simmons. Fades and shoots. And again, it's Philadelphia.
And really with Simmons, the guy just has everything, including that soft mid-range jumper.
Here's Russell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you look at D'Angelo Russell, and this season and last season, I really think it was just about maturing, and that goes with all young players in this league. It's a process. I thought he needed to get away from L.A. and the episode he had there with his teammates, and I think he's now more focused and knows more of what it takes to be successful in the NBA.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for the 76ers.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jump.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
Here's Davis. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and it's Russell missing. Here's Covington. It's deflected.
And, you know, a strong physical defender, when Carroll's in the area, he's got good timing to block shots.
And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angles.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they...
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, and that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Brooklyn trailing. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. Hollis, Jefferson, and Allen together down low. Crabb teams with Carroll on the perimeter. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. Kicks it to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. There's Hollis Jefferson. Russell from long range. Sharge grabs the board. Sharge has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. A lot of coaches out there, Clark, wear their emotions very prominently on their sleeve. Others take the calm, cool approach as a player. Was there a particular style that you preferred?
Yeah, my preference was cool, calm, be direct, be firm, but not necessarily overly emotional. And in my short stint with the Pacers, Jack McKinney was more of the cool and calm approach. He was excitable, but a little bit even keeled. George was a little more emotional, but still, I enjoyed playing for both of them because I think I was clear in that they were trying to get the best out of me and the best out of the team.
Good way to look at it. They get it back. Embiid. Excellent D there from Allen.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
Crabb, good.
Very good at slashing with purpose towards the rim. Crabb looking to attack whenever he can.
Pass to Simmons. Fades. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to the second half. Still scoreless.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And the 76ers making a change here. McConnell's checked in. Embiid wide open. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
How about the soft jumper of Joel Embiid? When the ball comes out of his hands like this, you feel like it's going in every time.
Here's Dinwiddie, knocks it loose, and stolen by McConnell. And here's the fast break. Pull-up jumper. Here's Sharge. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Now it's a 4-point 76ers lead.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Sharge, and it's Fulton for J.J. Redick. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Allen with the jam.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the initial thrust, Embiid, always an option to go to in the low post. They shoot it well from multiple positions. They've got a lot to like offensively.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And Davis is checked in for the Nets. Timeout called the Nets. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Covington. Clock at 4. Latrey. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Robert Covington. Chandler. Fultz. Great positioning on the putback. And now it's a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. Now the pass to Dinwiddie. No good with the triple. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Fultz. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Fultz has got 7 points.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Here's Embiid. Misses from close range. Nets trail by 5. Davis kicks to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And again, no good by Brooklyn. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Here's LeVert. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The 76ers leading by 5.
You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he strived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And LeVert has described his game as constantly evolving, something backed up as his transition from wing to simply playmaker.
Yeah, he's a high character, high quality young man, and he's gone through a ton of injuries going back to his days at Michigan, getting more and more comfortable with the ball in his hands because he's a guy that can make plays, and I think his game is just going to continue to grow as the years pass.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Sharge checked in for Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons comes in for Johnson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
Boy, that's just outstanding work from Hollis Jefferson. I mean, this is a guy that puts the team first in everything, always looking to create the best shot on offense. And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. They need him to find his rhythm soon.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the 76ers. They lead by 1. Here's Simmons. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his 4th assist in this one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Russell kicks to Crabbe. Back to Russell. For the tie. Hands it from downtown. Russell's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he beat up?
Here's Fultz, and finished off by Fultz.
Boy, when he's going to the rack, he has his height set on jamming it down, Kevin. Tenacious throwdown by Fultz.
Russell finds Carroll. Back to Russell. And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a terrific game so far. 76ers lead by 2. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Fultz and Redick are in the backcourt together. Ben Simmons is out there with Wilson Chandler. And it's Sharge in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Deep 2 from Russell. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Chandler scanning the floor. Fultz with the ball. Over Russell. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Fultz.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Timeout called, the Nets. And with as much news and worry that Fultz's jump shot has caused, you forget just how deadly he is going at the rim.
Yeah, has no problem cutting through the defense like a hot knife through butter. I tell you, Ben Simmons said he hates guarding Fultz in practice as it is impossible to stay in front of him. Just a very shifty player who uses his great handles to get into the teeth of the defense.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
And it's time for an injury report. And let's get an update on Kenneth Faried's injury. David, any news?
Kevin caught up with the head athletic trainer for the 76ers. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for too long. Poked away. Allen kicks to Crabbe. Shoots over Redick. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And the Nets lead by 1.
Allen Crabbe, so good at catching the defense off guard. You've got to be up on him at all times.
No good from Simmons.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Carroll. No good from outside. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. Latrey, good on the three-point shot.
Wanting to take on more of a leadership role, Dinwiddie delivering in critical moments. Big time play.
They get it back.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. I mean, of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
Muscala, he's checked in for Saric. 76ers trailing. Passes it to Simmons. Wide open look. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
How big is that? Allen Crabbe coming through in the big moment.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
You know, that pass wasn't deflected or anything, Kevin. Don't see that often. An unfortunate, unforced turnover.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Simmons. He feeds it to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Embiid on top of things there, folks. Recognizing a big possession and commanding the ball.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. Allen kicks to Dinwiddie. Here's Simmons.
The hustle from Simmons on defense is contagious, infectious. He brings all-out energy on every possession.
Here's Embiid. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Embiid's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And Embiid with the block.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
McConnell finds Redick. Another three for Philadelphia.
They get the points they need as Redick shows just how cold-blooded he can be. JJ has the bench up and going crazy with that one.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to Crabbe. 1:02 left to play in the final quarter. Carroll for three. Rebound by the 76ers. And the 76ers with possession. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And Philadelphia making a change here. Korkmaz is checked in. Embiid against Allen. The jump hook sinks it.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 5. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Joel Embiid.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Here's Russell. Knocked loose and stolen by Redick. And now they decide to foul intentionally. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's off as well, so he misses both. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Launches a three. The shot that time not on target. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
That one's off, still out of sync.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Simmons against Russell. Outside, Simmons. So Philadelphia wins it, probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching